Unit 4 test corrections. So look at number 1. It says, in Mr. Arthur's mathematics class, students were given a rectangular greeting card. The table below shows the length and area of each card. Which equation represents the rate of change between area of card with a side length? Okay, guys, we did one almost just like this on the review, and it had the cards, but it had a D. Okay, we don't have a D, but this is not really necessary information. We don't really need that. Okay, we need to find the change in Y over the change in X, because it's a table. When we have a table, that's what we find, okay? So I'm going to find the change here, 24 to 36. Well, that's plus 12. We're not multiplying. I saw a multiplication on some people's test. We are adding or subtracting this way. So we're adding here. It's 24. Well, oh, Miss Hopkins, that's different. Okay, give it a second. We're going to figure it out. So 6 to 9 is what? 3. Plus 3, and 9 to 15 is plus 6. It can be different because once you do here, you go 12 divided by 3, which is 4, and 24 divided by 6, which is 4. They should equal the same thing if they're proportional, and they are. 4 is your M because it's the change in Y over the change in X. So we're going to put the 4 right here. I can't back down, but I'm going to say probably if we back down, it's not going to have a B, but I would look for a 4 in my M spot. There's only one with a 4 in my M, okay, which is C. Okay. Number 2. Eric conducted an experiment in science class and recorded the data. What is the constant of proportionality? That's the same thing as the change in Y over change in X. Just a different word means the same thing. That relates to the distance traveled. Y to the elapsed time in seconds. So we're going change in Y over change in X. Okay? So here, 18 to 36 is plus 18. 36 to 54, plus 18. Plus 18, plus 18, plus 18. Hated it. The change on the top is plus 3. Plus 3, plus 3. I should see your little hands moving. Okay, so the change in Y is 18. The change in X is 3. 18 divided by 3 is, 6. 6 goes in my M, but it doesn't even ask that in an equation form. It just says, what's the constant of proportionality? Which is your M? Which is your change in Y? Which is J. Okay, so 250, remember. Number 3. Okay. Number 3. A snail can crawl at a rate of 6 centimeters in 0.75 seconds, which represents the constant rate of change. Guys, the constant rate of change is going to be like, I put that for the time, sorry, over 1. It's your unit rate, that constant of proportionality. That's not written as a constant rate of change, so I don't want that number. I told my guys I would set it up as a proportion and find what it is for 1, because that's going to give me a truer test, or find where it crosses on here at 6 centimeters and 0.75 seconds. We could see that on 6 centimeters. 6 centimeters wouldn't even be on this chart, would it? So can we even tell? But I'm going to find for 1. So if I set that up, I would get 0.75x equals 6. And it actually goes in here evenly. It's actually 8. Yeah. Okay? So this should be 8. So at 1 minute, I should be at 8 centimeters. So I need to look for something that matches that. Okay? Well, this says 6.25. That's not even close to what we have, is it? And that's not even 6 at 0.75. So no. Okay? At 1, we are at 8. And if you look real close in here, between, this would be the 0.75 that we had, which would be in between there, which would be 6, right? Okay. We didn't get 0.75t because that's not really the unit rate. We already decided that one was wrong. So your answer choice is B. Okay. Number 5. We're at 250 and 1 and 2, so 450 so far. Okay. Number 4, it says in science class, Dave learned that 1 kilogram is approximately 2.2 pounds. Y'all struggled with that on the last unit test for some reason. This is our known right here. That's a given to you. It's going to show up on the review here in a minute. Dave created it. Okay, so Dave created a table to help him convert between kilograms and pounds. It's a change. It changes differently. Does that make sense? This is a change of 2.2. We're looking for the constant rate of change. Sorry, I skipped that last line. This is 1. This is 1.5. So it can change at a different number if it's changing on top at a different rate. Does that make sense? And it's 3.3. This is changing. Is it 8.8? Nope. 7. Yeah, 7.7. And this is 3.5. So it's changing differently on top. That's okay, okay? Because it still should be change in y over change in x, and it should simplify to the same form. So change in y over change in x. I really want the 1. I could do all of them, but I really want the 1. So it is 2.2 over 1. Well, that's my what? M. So I got to look for it in my M. So 2.2, yes, no, no, why? Because it's adding x. We want it to be next to the x. No. Boom. Okay. Number 5. Same kind of idea, guys. It's changing at different rates. That's okay. The change here is 1450. The change here is 1450. The change here is 1450. It's 2. It's 2. It's 2. So what's 1450, which is the change in y, divided by the change in x, divided by 2? What's 1450 divided by 2? 7.25. 7.25. That's your M. Nope. Nope. Yes. No. Okay. Number 6. Okay, Alexis makes wind chimes to sell at a local market. The graph below shows. Okay, this one was a little bit more difficult. I agree with you. Does that make sense? But it gives you 2 points. And if you remember the very first, okay, it talks about 2 points. That very first day we talked about y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We talked about that. But even if you didn't get that, can I do point to point? What's this? This is my rise. This is my run. Or I could make my own chart. I drew a chart on several people's paper. If I did the points here, I would do 5 and 35, 7 and 49. What's the change here? 7. 35 to 49 is 14. 5 to 7 is 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Okay. So moving on, we're on number 7. Consider the graph below. My holy moly, guys. Look. What we've been talking about the whole time. The very first thing when you have a line here is you should find the B. The B is where it crosses the y-axis. Oh, it crosses at -5? Oh, that means that number is -5. Oh, that means there's only one answer on the paper with -5. So if you got this one wrong. So just in case you want to understand the rest of it, point to point, you do rise over run. So I would rise 1, 2, 3, and I would run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where we get the 3/5 from. The rise over the run. Okay? Number 8. Jonas received a gift card. Man, y'all struggled with this. I hope y'all don't get gift cards because y'all would never use them right. What does your balance start out with? It starts out with the full price of the gift card, right? It doesn't start out with $0. Okay, it starts out with 35. And then it says each app costs $175. Well, that means $175 for 1. But this one says 2. So that would be 175 times 2, which would be 350. So I need to make sure this is 350. This one is not. This is 175 for 2. That's why it's wrong. So that's why it is answer choice F. Okay, number 9. So number 9, which verbal description represents the target? Okay, again, look at my y-axis. Where is it crossing? 2.5. So it crosses at 2.5. Okay, it is decreasing. It's going down the stairs, right? We're going down. So that means decreasing. Boom, boom. Okay, 2.5 is an addition because it's my b, right? So a value of x is decreased by a constant factor of 4 and is added to 2.5. Added to 2.5. Oh, that makes sense. The decreasing is it's going down 4 and over 1. So that is my slope. B. Number 10. Okay, a certain cookie recipe calls for 2 cups of flour. This one was hard to read on the graph. But 2 cups of flour for 1 batch of cookies. Okay, well, I'm going to go to my flour. At 2 cups of flour, you have to read the words on the thing. That's the part of your problem. It should go across 1, which should be right there. That one doesn't quite hit it, does it? No. 2 cups, 1. That doesn't hit it. Ooh, I think that one does. This one for sure doesn't. Simple enough. Okay, so American black ducks migrate in a great distance. It tells you this typical bird travels this in 33 days. And then y'all got cut up with it 33 miles. It travels that far in 33 days. So we need the per day rate. So if you divide this 2739 by 33, you get 83. This doesn't even make sense. This sort of makes sense, but it doesn't go down because they're going further, right? This doesn't make sense because this is 33 miles in 1 day. No, it goes 83 miles in 1 day. They travel pretty far. Okay, it says we have a model here. This is important information right there. I don't know why it's on pages, but it is. So here's your answer. It says 2.5 inches for 5 yards, right? Yes? So 2.5 inches, if you look right here, 2.5 should be right there. Does that fit? Nope. 2.5 and 5. Does that fit? No. 2.5 and 5. Okay. Number J, 2.5 and 5. That doesn't cross. That only leaves you answer choice H. Hey, Adrian is designing a map. On the map, 0.5 inches represents 1 foot in the garden. This one was a harder one because you couldn't find 0.5 and 1. Okay? So 1 foot. I can see 4 on all of these graphs. So I told my kids to scale up to 4. I think the other one's on the other page. But that's 4 inches. So they would scale up here. So how do I get 0.5 to 4? That's times 8. So 1 times 8 is 8. So at 4 inches, I should be at 8 feet. Do you understand that concept? Yes. Okay. So add 4 inches, I should be, oh, that hits it right there. Add 4 inches, 8 feet. Nope. Nope. And then the next back is going to be answer choice A. Pages. Nope. So if you go back. Okay, number 4. So right here, it's a table. Change in Y. Change in Y is plus 12. Plus 12. Plus 12. Okay, this one right here is plus 24. This is plus 2. Plus 2. Plus 2, plus 4. It's still 24 divided by 4 or 12 divided by 2, which is 6. Okay, and then so you get your 6 for your M. And then you look right here at X. When X is 0, what is your Y? That's your plus 4.